Hi everyone, welcome to my 2020 Planksgiving challenge. This challenge will be just that, a challenge. In the beginning, we're going to do an assessment, so we're going to see how long we can hold a plank. And then at the end, we're going to do the same assessment again to see if we've improved our strength to hold the plank a little longer. Each session will include stretching and will also include core strength because we all know that planks require core strength. We're going to loosen up those shoulders and then do a little shoulder stabilization exercises to work those glutes a little bit before we get into our planks. And then, of course, we are going to do planks, and more planks. So there are going to be regular planks, forearm planks, side planks, you name it, we're going to do it. So have fun with it. Good luck and have fun. So let's go ahead and get started on all fours. Once you're in your all fours position, you can take whatever position with those hands feels good for you. You can have padding under your knees if you like. Once you're in the all fours position, then we're going to go ahead and start with a nice small cat and cow. So I'm going to start with my cat coming into a little rounded position and then coming into my cow position. I'm not making this as big as I can to start with. I'm going to loosen up the spine a little bit at a time. So as I come into my cow, my sitting bones move away from each other, my blades draw down on the back, and my eye gaze is forward onto the floor, not to the wall out in front of me. Exhale, breath into your cat, letting the head drop down, and then inhale into your cow position. Your belly drops down a little bit, but you have that core engaged still a little bit. And then exhale, breath. So run through a couple more of those. I had one foot with the toes tucked under and one not. I'm going to tuck both toes, sets of toes under, and you can have your tops of your feet on the floor instead if you like. So your cat position, really draw that belly up and tuck that tail, giving those glutes a little squeeze, curling that tail toward the backs of the legs. A couple more times on your own. I like to breathe in to extend the spine and breathe out to round here. You can use an opposite breath if you like that better. And then I'm going to come back to neutral where I'm not arching or rounding. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my thread the needle. So you can take a break off your wrists here for a second if you like. That's a lot of time. If your wrists are stiff, you can give your hands a little twist just to release the tension you created in the wrist. And then come back to your all fours. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to take that right hand onto the shoulder with the elbow pointing out to the side. Press that left hand into the floor and open up to the right with that chest. And then you're going to exhale breath, turning the chest toward the floor. And then over to the left, letting that right elbow go behind that left arm. And then inhale, come on out. And exhale to round. One more time on this side. Inhale, come on out. Really press that left hand into the floor and exhale to round. And then place that right hand down, and then you're going to place that left hand on the left shoulder, and we're going to press that right hand into the floor as we inhale and open up to the left, and then exhale, turning toward the floor and then rotating to the right. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Really press that hand down, stretch across the front of the chest here and breathe out. That elbow goes behind the other arm. That right elbow can bend a little. And then come back to your all fours. And we're going to do a little protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades here. So my nice neutral shoulder blade position here is on the outside of my rib cage. I'm going to let the shoulder blades drop toward each other, toward the spine here as my belly goes down a little. And I'm going to press my hands into the floor and spread across my upper back so my blades spread away from each other, away from the spine. And then nice and with control, go ahead and drop back down. The ribs drop through the shoulders. Make sure you don't let your head poke down like I did. And then round across that upper back. Your tail can tuck a little here when you round across that upper back. And one more time. And then reach. So we're going to go ahead and come down onto the back here. And we're going to go ahead and do a little core work. All right, take a breath in, breathe out, draw the back of the pelvis toward the floor. The ribs are down. Bring one leg to tabletop. And I'm going to inhale and lower that left leg down as far as I can without moving my pelvis or my ribs. And then exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, lower it down. The pubic bone doesn't get further away from the belly button. And exhale, draw it back up. As your leg goes down, make sure you think about curling the pubic bone up a little bit and then bring it back up. Pressing the other foot into the floor, inhale and exhale. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Breathe in, breathe out, draw the back of the pelvis down, bring that right leg to tabletop. Inhale, lower it down and exhale. Breathe in. As the leg lowers, think about the pubic bone curling up a little bit here, and then exhale, draw the belly away from the t-shirt to bring the leg back up. Two more, breathe in and breathe out. The shoulders stay nice and wide. The fingertips are reaching long here. Last one, inhale and then exhale. And then go ahead and lower that leg down, breathe in, breathe out, nod the chin toward the chest, curl the head and shoulders up. Reach the arms toward the sky, bring the hands behind the head. Now rest your head in your hands, so your eye gaze will go up the wall a little bit here when you do that. And then exhale, breath, rotate to the right. Come back to the middle. Hips stay still, rib cage rotates. Come back to the middle. A couple more times each side. The belly draws away from the t-shirt as you rotate to the right. Come back to the middle. Rotate to the left. As you rotate to the left, that right hip draws toward the floor a little more. Come back to the middle. Rotate to the right. That left hip stays down. Come back to the middle. One more time. Keep resting your head in your hands. And then come back to the middle. Reach your arms up and then lower your head and shoulders here. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Nod your chin toward your chest. Curl your head and shoulders up. Left hand behind the head this time. Rest the head in the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Side bend to the right. Come back to the middle. Side bend to the right. Come back to the middle. Two more times. Side bend. Try to keep those hips nice and square here. Come back to the middle. One more time. Come back to the middle. Bring your hand behind your head. Reach your arms long, lower your head and shoulders and your arms. Take a breath in, breathe out, nod the chin toward the chest, curl the head and shoulders up. Bring your right hand behind your head. Inhale, exhale, side bend to the left. Come back to the middle. Exhale, side bend to the left. The hips stay still. The knees are pointing toward the sky. And the head rests in the hands, side bend. Come back to the middle. The belly draws away from the t-shirt here as you side bend. Come back to the middle. Bring your hands behind your head. Breathe in, breathe out. Curl the head and shoulders up a little more. Lower down a little. Curl up, lower down. Make sure you're not pushing your chin forward here. Curl the chest up and forward. And lower down. One more time. Belly draws away from the t-shirt as you curl up. Reach your arms long. Lower your head and shoulders and your arms. Shoo! Fat really got my core. Come over onto your belly. Bring your hands by your sides. Elbows relax onto the floor. The toes reach long here. Reach your arms long out in front of you. My arms are in a nice wide V shape. If your shoulders are tight, make sure your arms are in this V shape, not straight overhead, okay? Rotate your arms in the shoulder joint, palm space in, thumb space up. Belly draws up, pubic bone anchors, and then float those thighs up away from the floor. And then inhale, float the chest and the arms up. And we're gonna reach the right arm and the left leg. You can drop the left arm and the right leg down here for a moment, and then switch, dropping the opposite arm and leg down just to tap the floor, and switch. And then we're going to swim. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, chest stays lifted. Eye gazes forward a little bit. Belly draws up. Pubic bones anchored. Glutes are engaged here. And then lower down. Go ahead and take your counter pose here. Once again, it can be a child's pose. And we're going to do some donkey kicks here. So you're in your tabletop. Remember, you can have padding under your knees or your hands here. We're going to start with the right leg. Belly draws up, pubic bone curls down a little bit. The blades stay wide, and you're going to lift that right leg up as high as you can without moving your pelvis, and then lower it back down. Belly draws up, pubic bone curls toward the floor, lift it up, and then lower it down. And lift it up, and lower it down. So the goal here is to lift that leg as high as you can without letting the pelvis move or the belly move toward the floor, the back arch more. Lower it down. Lift it up. Now, if you're getting a cramp in your hamstring, you can do this with your leg long. Lift it up and lower it down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time. Belly draws up. Exhale, breath. Lift and lower it down. Switching sides here. Collarbones are wide. Blades draw down the back. Belly draws up. That left leg lifts up and then lower it down. And lift it and lower it. Think about the front of the thigh relaxing here as you engage your glute and lift that leg up. Lift. Try to have equal weight in both hands. Exhale, breath, lift and lower. So I can't lift this leg quite as high as the other one. It's okay, it's a work in progress. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Two more, I'll show this variation. Lower, lift, lower. Last one, lift and lower. Go ahead and take a break here. Maybe give your wrist a little squeeze or a little twist here. And we're going to move on to our planks. Come back to all fours. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Press down through the whole hand here. Blades are wide. Belly draws up. Pubic bone curls down. One leg goes back and then the other. Coming into your plank. Angle the elbow creases forward a little bit as you draw the blades down on the back. Focus on keeping the back of the head in line with the upper back and the tail curled under a little bit. Your glutes are engaged. Your heels are reaching back. Breathe in, breathe out, and then drop the knees down. Taking a break here for a moment. We're going to add to that, we're going to add a little push up here. Engage your core. Make sure your blades are nice and wide. Reach one leg back and then the other. Angle your elbow creases forward. And then we're going to bend the elbows back a little, bend them back a little, bend them back a little, and then press up. Bend, 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 and press up. Two more. Bend, bend, bend. Remember, you can drop the knees if you want. One more, bend, 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 and press up. Hold it there, breathe in, breathe out, and then bring your knees down. Taking a break here for a moment. All right, we're going to stay in all fours. Draw the blades down on the back and then reach one arm forward. Keep your all threes here in your tabletop and then bring it back down. Shift the weight onto that left hand, draw the blade down on the back and then reach that right arm forward. Try not to let your tabletop move here. Imagine there's a cup of tea on the back of your pelvis and you don't want it to spill. Reach and bring it back in. Blade draws down the back, elbow crease angles forward a little. Keep the neck nice and long. Keep the back of the head in line with the upper back. Do it one more time to each side. Angle the elbow crease forward, reach, and bring it back. One more time, reach, and bring it back. And then take a break. All right, one more thing today, we're gonna go ahead and come into a down dog. I know it's yoga, not Pilates, but we're gonna go ahead and come into a down dog. So come onto your all fours, move your hands forward a little bit here, and then tuck your toes, draw your belly in and up, and lift your hips up toward the sky, letting your heels drop down toward the floor. So it's not imperative that your heels touch the floor here. Elbow creases angle forward. And then we're going to draw the belly in and up and we're going to roll forward and come into a plank. You might need to move those feet back a little bit. My legs are really long. Pause here, blades draw down the back. They're nice and wide. The belly's drawing up, the tail is tucked. And then I'll lift my hips up and come back into my down dog. And then belly draws in and up, roll forward. And then belly draws in and up, come on back. You can bend those knees and those elbows a little here. If your hamstrings are tight, you might need to bend those knees. If your shoulders are tight, you might need to bend those elbows. And then come on back up. Totally acceptable to bend those knees. Give those hamstrings a little break. Elbows angle back here. And then I'm going to roll forward, come back into that plank last time. Curl the tail under. And then drop the knees down. Come on into your child's pose, your counter pose, whichever one you like. Breathe in and breathe out. And then come on to seated. So that's our planks for today. Let's give a little stretch to those arms. So reach your arms out and then bring your arms across. Give yourself a nice little hug here. My fingertips are wrapping around my shoulder blades here. Shoulders are relaxed. Go ahead and reach your arms back out. Bring the other arm on top. Give yourself a nice hug. Give yourself some love. Still breathing a little hard from all those planks. And then this time we're going to reach the arms out and we're going to reach them up. Bring the palms together out in front a little bit, and then bend your elbows and bring the hands behind the head for a little tricep stretch here, shoulder stretch. Maybe you're feeling the stretch in your tricep, maybe it's in your armpit, maybe it's down the side of your shoulders, depends on where you're the tightest. And then we're gonna reach the arms and then sweep those arms around out in front. Now I'm sitting in a cross-legged position. You can sit in whatever your easiest seated position is here. Reaching those arms out in front, maybe those hands don't come together, it's totally fine. Imagine pushing the floor away with your hands here. Draw your belly in. Breathe in, reach those hands away from you. Give those shoulders a little stretch. Breathe out. Breathe in across the upper back. And breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Across the upper back and breathe out. Walk your hands back in. Come on back up. Breathe in, reach your arms up. Rotate your palms. Exhale, press your arms down like you're pushing into water. One more time. Breathe in. Rotate the palms. Exhale, press down, pushing into water. Make your spine taller. And then bring your hands in front of your heart. Nod your chin down here for a moment. Close your eyes. Let's take a moment here to be grateful for yourself, for doing this challenge, for making yourself stronger mentally and physically. Breathe in and breathe out. Thank you all for joining me. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.